Hello, welcome back to NEA Yoga with me, Andrea. Today's class is going to be a 1 hour yoga flow with lots of twists and bends and folds and just easing out any of those niggly, achy, gritchy pains you might be experiencing, especially first thing in the morning after waking up. You might need to have your yoga strap handy, and if you've got yoga blocks, feel free to use those too, or a thick book or something similar to help with some standing balances. Enjoy the class. So you can start off either soles of the feet together, knees wide, or knees together, feet mat width, or legs extended long. Choose what's going to feel best for your back. Actually, I'm going to stay with bent knees. For your back, your legs, whatever is going to need a little bit of protection. And then just tuck your shoulder blades in underneath you. Draw your chin down to your chest. Maybe give those hips a tiny little wiggle and move just to get super comfy here. Turn your palms so they're facing upwards. And just close your eyes and just relax here for a moment. Thinking about our bandha, so Mula Bandha, draw those pelvic floor muscles up. Squeeze them in as tightly as you can. And release by about, 50%. Just relax a tiny bit. And then traveling underneath you, up towards your pubic area, up to your belly button. Draw your Uddiyana Bandha up and in. Try not to imprint your lower back into the mat. Just try and draw the belly button up and in while still keeping the natural curve in your spine. And now traveling up towards your sternum, just drawing up and in. Think about your rib cage. Can you relax around the rib cage? Just let everything ease down while still keeping some bandha engagement. Now slide your shoulders long away from you on the mat, lengthen to the back of the neck. And on your next inhale, straightening your legs out in front of you, point the toes away, lift your arms up so fingers are pointing to the ceiling. Flex your feet, point, flex, point. And then slowly start to lower your arms overhead behind you. Reach the arms long, point the toes away from you, full body stretch. Now think about the sides of your body. See if you can reach the arms further or point the toes more to really feel a lifting sensation around your rib cage. Keep drawing your belly button up and in, and then slowly start to bring the knees up and the hands up, coming to a reverse tabletop. Knees are over hips, feet are level with the knees. And then just bring your knees and feet roughly hip width apart. We're going to do opposite arm and leg, so it doesn't matter which side you start. Extend one leg, reach the opposite arm long behind you. Point the toe, reach the arm. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, other leg, other arm, reaching long. The lower you bring the leg, the more strain on your lower back, so be careful. Inhale, back to center. And then 3 more times on each side, seeing how low can you bring the arm and the leg. Moving really slowly, control it with your bandha. One side at a time. Keep the length in the neck. Keep pulling belly button up and in. You don't need to imprint the lower back because your core is going to keep you stable. And I think we've got one more to do on each side if you're moving at the same pace as me. And once you've done all 3 times on each side, draw the knees into the chest, hug them in, squeeze them in, and just take a little rock from side to side, massaging your lower back. And then release the right foot to the mat. Keep the left knee in tightly to the chest. Keep squeezing it in. And then see if it's comfortable. Slide the right leg long away from you. Start to flex the foot and start to lift that foot up to the ceiling. Interlace fingers behind the thigh. And just pause here for a moment. Relax the tops of the shoulders. Pull the toes down. Push that heel up. trying to straighten your leg as much as you can. Now you can use the strap here if that's more comfortable to get the leg straighter, or just hand behind the thighs. See what feels best for you today. And just pause here. Pulling slightly behind the thigh, maybe to bring the foot further over the face, but keeping the leg as straight as you can. And then just move your hands up a little bit to behind the calf. Keep the shoulders down on the mat. Keep the leg straight. Keep pushing that heel up. Keep drawing the leg in towards you. And then without lifting head or shoulders, can you bring your hands to your ankles or maybe to your toes? See how far you're going to get today. Or if you're using the strap, just pulling the foot further over your face. And just breathe here. And then holding on to the ankle or the big toe with the left hand, just bring your right arm out to the side, reaching it long, palm facing upwards. And then draw that leg a little bit deeper towards you. Deep, deep stretch down the hamstring, down the calf. And then holding onto the leg, just bring it out to the side a tiny bit. Doesn't have to go far unless it feels okay. Don't let the opposite hip lift. Just coming down as far as works for you. Keep both shoulders, both hips on the mat. Engage your bandha. Bring that leg back up to center. Bend the knee. Both hands hug it into the chest. And bring the foot to the mat and draw the right knee in. Squeezing it in. And then maybe extending the left leg long or keeping it bent. See what works for you. Squeezing that knee in. Pausing here. And then extending the leg up, fingers interlaced behind the thigh. And this leg might feel completely different to the other side, so try and relax into it. Draw the shoulders down. Try and straighten that leg, either with the strap or holding on behind the thigh. And just breathe here. Every exhale, can you straighten that leg a little bit more? And then maybe walking hands behind the calves. Draw that leg further, foot further over your face, but keep the length. Don't sacrifice the length just to bring it in deeper, because it's more about straightness. Make sure the shoulders are down, shoulder tips in contact with the mat. And then maybe walking hands up to the ankle, or maybe taking hold of the big toe with the right fingers. See how it feels. It's a deep stretch. Pause here, relax the hips. Allow your body to just extend, the muscles to stretch. And then maybe bringing the left arm out, palm facing up, straightening that right leg a little more. And then maybe just lowering out to the side. It doesn't have to go far. Make sure the opposite hip and the shoulders don't lift. Breathe. On your next inhale, bring that leg up. And then bring the left leg up to meet it, to release the toes. T-shape your arms and flex those feet, pushing the heels up. Pausing here. Engage your bandha, strong core, maybe imprinting lower back here as we lower one leg for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Flex those feet, 3, 2, and hover. Push the heels away, length into the legs. Using your core, lifting for 10, 9, relax the shoulders, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other leg, flex those feet for 1, 2, 3. Relax the arms, relax the shoulders. Another 5, 4, 3, 2, and hover, push the heels away. Actively relax your shoulders, but pull that belly button up and in for 10 to lift. 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your hands underneath your butt cheeks, palms facing down. Double leg, flex those feet, or stay one leg at a time if that's better for your back. Pull belly button up and in as you lower for 10, 9. You can bend the knees to make this slightly more comfortable. Another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hover, push the heels away. Push them away tightly, pull the toes in, lift for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Remove your hands, put one hand on each knee and pull the knees into the chest. Another little rock and roll from side to side. And then bring the knees together, hands on the knees, and the knees are going to circle together, not separately, over the hips, pushing them away from you and pulling them in. Easing out, massaging your sacrum, your hips, your lower back, and then pause, change direction, easing things the other way. And coming to your still pose. Reset your legs at your 90-degree bend, bring the knees hip width apart, and just bring your arms down to your sides. As you inhale, extend one leg long and see how low you can bring it in your hover, and we're going to stay here. So pull that belly button up and in, point the toe, just breathing here, holding it here, and then inhale, back in. Other leg. And this time, as low as you can go to your hover, point the toes. Makes it slightly easier to hover with the toes pointed. And then bringing it in. Hands behind the thighs and rocking and rolling up and down your spine. And coming up to your comfortable cross-legged seat pose. So I think it was in Thursday or Tuesday's class, I can't remember now, I introduced our dancing Lord Shiva. So we're going to be working on our Shiva arms and our balance today. So lift the shoulders up, back, down and forwards. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, and as you exhale, squeeze your shoulder blades together behind you, really easing out the shoulders. And then pause, changing direction, back, up, forwards and down. Inhaling and exhale. In and out. And then pause here. Hands just resting lightly on the knees. Push into your sits bones. Draw that belly button up and in as you grow your spine. Make sure your chin is slightly level with the ground, so you're not tucking down or lifting. Back of the neck is nice and long. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, turn to look over that right shoulder. Inhale to center and exhale over the other shoulder. Inhale forwards, lift the arms. Exhale, turning over one shoulder. Inhale to center. Exhale the other way. Inhale, bring your palms to face up. Join thumb and index finger in your Jim Mudra. Inhale, length, and exhale, turn. Inhale to center, and exhale, turn. Inhale to center, bending at the elbows. Now you want to draw the elbows down, hands are lifted, shoulder blades are slightly tucked in behind you, belly is strong. Take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, just twisting to one side, releasing to center, and to the other side, releasing to center. Reset your arms long, palms are spread wide, fingers spread wide as hands reach up. Fingers interlace, index finger points as you bring your biceps to your ears. Now try and draw the arms back and pull the shoulders down. Slowly folding one way and back up to center, to the other side and back up to center. Release the hands, bringing them behind you, fingers facing forwards as you inhale. Lift the hips, coming to your knees. Drop the head behind you, looking behind you. And then release your bottom to the mat. And bring left hand to left knee, right hand behind you. Inhale, length. And exhale, twist. Pull belly up and in on the in-breath. As you exhale, squeeze the shoulder blade behind you as you turn a little bit further. Inhale, grow your neck. Exhale, shoulders down and away from the ears. Breathing here for a couple of breaths. Maybe twisting a little bit more. Really nice. And then keep your body where it is and just rotate your head on your neck to look over the left shoulder. Pausing here. And then release the hand behind you as it starts to come up and coming to a fold. Turning head to look underneath the armpit. Just breathe here. Feel the right rib cage stretching out. Pausing here. And on your next inhale, bring yourself upright and swap sides. So first, reset your spine nice and long, drawing and pulling on the knee, twisting to look over the shoulder. Inhale, length. Exhale, twist. Inhale, belly button up and in. Exhale, turn the head a little bit more. Inhale. As you exhale, squeeze that shoulder blade behind you, turning the head a fraction more. Pausing here, breathing here. And then on your next inhale, just turn your head, looking over the right shoulder. Draw the tops of the shoulders down and away from the ears, releasing the hand behind you, coming to your bend. And turn the head, look underneath that armpit, and pause here, breathing here. And inhale yourself upright and bringing hands to heart center, thumbs by the breastbone, elbows nice and wide. Inhale, push palms together as your hands lift, looking up to the ceiling, but draw the tops of the shoulders down. Keep the arms lifting, lower chin to chest. Inhale, lifting up, looking up. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale to look forwards, releasing the arms behind you. Interlace the fingers, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Inhale to look up and exhale, folding forwards, arms coming up and over. Only coming as far as is comfortable, but pausing here. Squeeze those shoulder blades together, lifting the arms perhaps a tiny bit more. Maybe forehead coming all the way down. Maybe not yet. And then on your next inhale, lifting yourself up, release the hands either side of you, fingers forward, uncrossing the legs. And we're going to come to a reverse tabletop, lifting the hips up and supporting your head with your neck. Just look up to the ceiling, pausing here, breathing here. Squeeze those butt cheeks, get your hips up a tiny bit higher. Really nice. And staying here or lift one leg, point the toes. Balance and release the foot. Other leg lifts, point the toes. Balance and release it down. Bringing your bottom down between your hands, crossing at the ankles, rolling over to your knees, or bring your feet out to the side to come to your all fours pose. Few rounds of cat-cow. So look at your hands. Spread those fingers so wide, wider than ever before. Push into the fingertips, the knuckles, the palm and the heel of your hand, thumbs and little fingers. Really firm contact with the mat. Push into the hands, straighten the arms, roll the elbow creases forward. Try and keep them facing forward throughout cat-cow. Drop the belly, just lift the tailbone. And then pushing into hands and knees, arching up chin to chest, elbow creases stay forward. Exhale, lower belly, lift tailbone. Your drishti, your gaze is down to the mat. Inhale, up to your cat. Exhale, release, keep those elbow creases forward. Inhale, lifting up, arching up, chin to chest. Exhale, forwards. One more time. Inhale, up and pause here. Pull that belly button up and in. Push harder into hands and knees. And then keeping the arch in your back, take a sway to one side, forwards to the other side and back. Try to keep the elbow creases forward. Try and keep the arch in your back. Moving here in our cat pose, pull that belly button up and in, and then pause. Change direction, circling the other way. Core is firing up. Mula Bandha drawing up and in here. And then coming to your still pose. Release the spine. Neck is long. Crown of the head is facing forwards. One leg sides away. One arm sides away. Little finger and big toe to the mat. Pull that belly button up and in. As you lift up to flying Superman pose. Neck is long. Gaze is down to the mat. Pausing here. Breathing here. And releasing it down. Other side, arm and leg extend and lift. Flex that foot behind you, reach the arm long. Balancing here, pull that belly button up and in. And release it down. Back to the first side, extend, lift, flex the foot. Bend the knee, reach behind you, take hold of the foot. As you inhale, lift that leg and you're looking straight in front of you as you lift that knee up as high as it will go. And pause here in this balance for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1, and release it down. Other side, extend, lift, flex that foot, bending the knee, reaching behind you, take the top of the foot, and then lifting up. Nice. Lifting that knee up as high as it will go and holding it for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1, and release it down. Slowly lower your hips to your heels. Reach the arms long in front of you. Keep the elbows lifted, but release the forehead to the mat. Extended child. Pull the shoulder blades back and down your spine. Lengthen the neck here. Keep those elbows lifted. Every exhale, can you draw the hips closer to your heels? Breathe, relax. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, push into the hands, push your hips down further. Deep inhale. And exhale, really push into the mat. Feel the whole of your spine extended as you push your buttocks down to your heels. And then lifting the head, looking forward, spread the fingers wide again. And as we come up to our first down dog of the day, I want you to think about getting every knuckle, every finger pad, every part of your hands firmly into the mat, not just the heel of the hand. So lifting your head, tucking your toes underneath you, and coming up to your downward dog and pedal the legs out. Really push one heel flat, pausing maybe, and then the other heel flat, and then working from one side to the other, pushing that chest towards your thighs. Maybe a little twist in the waist, looking underneath opposite arm, if that feels nice. And then pause in your still down dog. Look at your hands. I can see my middle knuckles on my fingers have lifted. Push those knuckles down. Push every part of your hands into the mat. Lift the hip bones a little. Push your chest to your thighs. Squeeze those kneecaps up and in. And breathe. And then soften in the knees. Walk the feet up to the top of the mat. Big toes touching, heels apart, and come to a fold. Uttanasana. You can bend the knees, rest your belly and chest on your thighs. Give your head a nod, give your head a shake. And then pause here. Make sure you're grounding down through your feet. Equal weight between the ball of the feet and the heels. Starting to lift the arms out as you inhale. Bring them behind you. Interlace fingers and straightening those arms. Arms coming up and over. Belly and chest still on your thighs. Squeeze the shoulder blades together as arms straighten even more. Now, try and straighten your legs a tiny little bit and breathe. On your next inhale, straightening a little bit more. As you exhale, maybe nose is coming closer to the knees. Give your head a little nod, a little shake, and then release your arms down. Excuse me. Walk one hand under each foot. So you're going to stand on your hands, your big toes coming up to the wrists, and then just give your toes a little waggle, massaging your hands.
And then pause. Your knees are probably still a bit bent like mine. As you inhale, see if you can straighten one leg at a time, maybe a little bit more, and then maybe coming to both legs as straight as you can get them. Push your feet onto your hands, straight arms. You're really pushing down onto the hands, and then it's like you're trying to pull your hands out from underneath your feet. Arms are straight, legs are straight, nose is heading towards the knees. Breathing here. And then lift one foot, release the hand. Lift the other foot, release the other hand. Put a micro bend into your knees as you bring your left hand in front of your big toes. Bend the left knee, straighten the right. Right arm lifting up, twisting up, looking up. And really straighten that right leg. Pausing here. And then bend the right knee. Bring the right hand down. Extend left leg. Right knee bent as you twist the other way. Breathing here. Draw that shoulder blade up behind you. Rotate it. Squeeze it in. And bend left knee, left hand to the mat. Right arm lifting here, looking up. Straighten that right leg. Squeeze that right shoulder blade behind you. Bend the knee. Right hand under face. And left arm lifting up. Squeeze the shoulder blade. And release it down. Tuck your chin to your chest. Keep the knees soft. We're going to roll up one vertebra at a time. Really slowly. Arms just dangling. Chin tucking in. As the legs straighten, as your spine straightens, head can lift. Arms reaching out, reaching up, and coming down to heart center. Beautiful. We're going to do a couple of our standing balances while we're here. You might want to come off the mat and have your feet roughly hip width apart. Lift the toes, spread them wide, ground them down. Belly button pulling up and in as you interlace fingers, push palms away. Keep the shoulders pulling down as the arms lift. And then start to come forward onto the balls of your feet. You can stay here or you can keep lifting up higher onto your toes. The arms are pushing up, arms are straight. Push those palms higher. Lift those heels higher. We're staying here for another 15 seconds. Keep drawing the shoulders down. Keep lifting those heels. Focus on something that's not moving for another 3, another 2, another 1. Release the hands and slowly lower the heels. Next, we're coming to our standing Shiva sequence. So I'm going to go sideways. So it's a little bit easier for me to watch you then. So we're going to start off arms reaching out like we did on the mat. Thumb and index finger joined. And first of all, we're just going to take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, twisting over to the right, head turning to look at the hand behind you. And releasing back to center. Inhale. Exhale, twisting the other way, look at the hand behind you. And release it forwards. Now, bending the arms, the Lord Shiva arms. So elbows are down, shoulders are down, thumb and index finger joined. And squeeze your shoulder blades in a tiny bit behind you. Strong arms here. And again, take an inhale. And as you exhale, twisting here, turning to look behind you. Now just lift the left heel off the mat. Just the heel lifting. Bringing it down, releasing to center. To the other side, right heel lifts. Looking behind you to your hand. And releasing it to center. Inhale to the other side, heel lifts. You can stay here or you can focus on something that's not moving. Come to the top of the big toe and then maybe, she says, lifting that foot up, coming to a standing Lord Shiva and releasing it down to the other side. Heel lift, stay here or top of the big toe or lifting that foot, balancing here. And releasing it down. Back to the right. Option 1, heel lifted. 2 is big toe to the mat. 3 is foot is lifted. And 4 is bending that standing leg. Nice. Maybe bending it deeper if you've managed to get the bend. Holding it here, breathing here. Point the toe down, flex the foot up if the foot is lifted, and releasing it to center, to the other side. Keep those shoulders down. Option 1, option 2, option 3, or option 4. Point the toes away from you and see if you can sink a little deeper here. It's a tricky one. I'm finding it harder on this side. Pausing, balancing, and release to center. Release the arms, give them a little shake, maybe a little shrug. I'm just going to have a quick sip of water because my voice is going very croaky. And coming back to standing at the top of your mat. I'm going to go to this end, I think. Big toes together, heels apart. Our little pelvic tilt, draw that belly button up and in. Arms are by your side. First round really slowly. Inhaling, arms out. Shoulders come down as hands lift overhead. Flip the palms, pull belly up and in, soft knees. As you swan dive, hands either side of the feet. Inhale, halfway lift, pull the shoulders back and away from the ears. Exhale, fold, step the right foot back and pause in your lunge. Coming to fingertips, or hands to the knee, or arms lifting. You choose where you want to be today. Pausing here, breathing here, looking up between the hands maybe. And then hands either side of left foot, step back, take your plank. Lower the knees, chest and chin. Slide to your baby cobra. Push your knees, tuck toes, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts up high, three-legged dog. Looking forward, slowly sweep, step, or move it between your hands. Fingertips, deep lunge. Hands on knee, sinking low, or arms lifting. If arms are lifted, if leg is behind you, straighten that leg as much as you can. I can't look to the side without wobbling. And then hands either side of the foot, step forward to your deep fold. Inhale, arms out to the side, bring them behind you, interlace fingers, squeeze shoulders, sinking down. Maybe straightening the legs a tiny bit more. Nose coming towards knee. Releasing your hands, and then slowly reverse that swan dive. Pulling belly button up and in as arms lift, they kiss, and to heart center. Inhaling out and up. Exhale, slow swan dive. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, step the left foot back. Bring the left heel down and lifting up, warrior one. Reaching up, thinking about train tracks with your feet. Reaching up, looking up. And then hands either side of the foot, step back and take your plank. Lower the knees, chest and chin. Inhale, cobra to your knees, tuck toes, down dog. Left leg lifts on the inhale. As you exhale, sweep it between your hands, lower the right heel, and lifting up, warrior one, sinking deep. Hands either side of the foot, step back, step forward, sorry. Toes together, deep forward fold. Inhale, arms out and up behind you, interlace fingers, squeeze the shoulders together as you come deeper into the fold. And releasing your hands. Reverse that swan dive. Arms lifting up, looking up. Hands to heart center. Inhaling out and up. And exhale, swan dive. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Maybe hands in front of you as you step or jump back to your plank. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. And meeting in down dog. Right leg lifts up high, three-legged dog. Look forward, sweep or move the foot between your hands as you lift up to warrior two. That imaginarily tight rope under your feet, arms reaching long, shoulders are down, sinking deep into your lunge. Gazes forward to the front. Flip the palms, reversing your warrior. Don't change the bend on the knee. Reaching up and over. And inhaling back to your warrior two. Arms coming behind you, interlace fingers, squeeze those shoulders. Humble warrior. Shoulder inside the right knee or on the right thigh. See what feels nice for you here. Breathing here. And then releasing the hands, left hand to the mat, left heel hips, right arm lifts, coming up to your twist. Reaching up, looking up. Hand outside the right foot, step forward to your fold. Inhale, reverse that swan dive. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhaling out and up. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, step or jump back to your plank. Knees, chest, chin or chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. And meeting in downward facing dog. Left leg lifts up high, three-legged dog. Looking forward, sweep, step or move it between your hands. Coming up, warrior two on the other side. Nice deep lunge, back leg as straight as it will go. Shoulders are down, arms are long. Flip front palm, reverse your warrior. No changing the bend of the knee. Inhale back, warrior two, and I forgot what came next. My brain suddenly froze. A humble warrior, thank you. Hands together, squeeze those shoulder blades. Exhale, forward fold. Arms coming up and over. Breathe, straighten those arms. And then right hand to the mat, lift the right heel, lifting up, twisting up, looking up, straighten that right leg, squeeze the kneecap. And then hands to the mat, step forward to your fold. Inhale, reverse your swan dive. And exhale, hands to heart center. Bring the heels together, the feet together, ankles, knees, inner thighs, arms by your sides. Inhale, arms behind you. Exhale, forwards into your chair pose. Nice. Look down at your knees. Can you see your big toes? If you can't, draw the knees back. Otherwise, we're sinking deeper, deeper still. And then hands to heart center. Turning to the right, bring the left elbow outside the right knee. Push into your knee with the hands. Turning to look over the shoulder. Staying here or releasing arms down and up. Deepening the twist. Nice. Hands to heart center. And coming to the other side. Right elbow outside left knee. Push into the knee, turning, twisting to look over the shoulder, and maybe releasing the arms. And back to heart center. Coming to your forward fold, and we're going to pause here. So, bring your hands in front of you. Get them as straight as you can with your knees bent, and then working on straightening those legs with flat hands. Give your head a nod, give your head a shake. And then lifting your head, look forwards, bend the knees, push into the hands, and jumping back to your plank. Lower the left knee, bring the foot behind you. Right arm lift, supported side plank. You can stay here if you want to take it further. Bring the right arm over, bicep to ear. You can stay here. The next stage is lifting that right foot if that feels good for you today. And then I want you to flex the foot, push the heel away, reach the arm, really feel the stretch all down the right side of your body. Pause, breathe. And then hands to the mat, coming back to your plank. Drop the right knee, right foot behind you, left arm lifts. Option 1. Option 2, bicep to ear. And option 3, left leg lifts, flex the foot. And then reach, stretch out the side body, finding a balance here. And then releasing it to your plank. Drop the knees as wide as your mat, bring the big toes together, hips to heels, lower yourself down and take a wide leg child pose. Just sink down, release everything. Relax those shoulders. Just breathe here. On your next inhale, lift your head. Reach your arms long, spread your fingers wide. Tuck toes, downward facing dog. Give the legs a pedal. Ease out your hamstrings, your calves. And then getting ready for our next little sequence. Push the chest to the thighs. Right leg lifts up high, three-legged dog. Pause here. Push into the hands, chest to thighs. Lift the leg, lower the left heel. Bend right knee, rotate the hip, looking underneath the right arm. You can stay here or you can flip over to your wild thing. Lift the hips, arch the back, chest is up to the ceiling. Let your head hang back, your right arm just hang down. Breathing here. And then on your next inhale, flipping back, three-legged dog. Up onto your tippy toes, shift forward, right knee behind right elbow and pause. Right knee behind left elbow and pause. Right elbow and pause. And then lower the leg, setting up for pigeon pose. Left leg flattens the foot. First of all, onto fingertips, sink the hips as you arch up, looking up. And then slowly bend the elbows wide. Make a pillow with your hands or grab a yoga block. Rest your head on the block or on your hands. And just sink down here. Relax the shoulders. Inhale, lift the head, bring hands shoulder width, tuck left toes, three-legged dog again, and pause, lift the leg, lower the heel, push into the hands, and then release right foot to the mat and give your legs a little walk out before coming to the other side. So left leg lifts up high, three-legged dog, lower the heel, push your chest to your thighs, lift the leg. Really nice, everybody. Bend the knee, rotate that hip, look underneath the left armpit. You can stay here or flipping over. Wild thing on the other side. Arch the back, lift the hips. Breathe here, deep, even breaths. Every exhale, can you lift the hips a little bit higher? Breathe. And then flipping back over, three-legged dog. Coming onto tippy toes, left knee behind left elbow, pause, point the toes. Behind right elbow, pause. Behind left elbow, pause. And then sliding the knee down behind the wrist. Coming other side down, flatten the right foot. Push into fingertips as you inhale, arching up. As you exhale, elbows wide. Lowering down, pigeon pose. Breathe here. Lifting your head, hands shoulder width. Tuck right toes and three-legged dog. Releasing down. One last pedal of the legs before we come to our seated sequence. So push into your hands, chest to thighs. Bend the knees. Look towards your hands. You're going to jump forwards, bringing your feet outside your hands in a Hindi squat. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, jump And coming down. Careful with this, Valerie, if your knee's a bit sore. And then bringing the elbows wide, pushing the knees nice and wide. Grow your neck, pull your shoulders down as you come to as flat back a pose here in your squat. Close your eyes and just balance. And then bringing your hands behind you as breaks, releasing down and coming to a wide straddle pose. So bring your hands inside your thighs and draw your legs wider. Move the flesh from your buttocks. Sitting on your sits bones, bring your hands behind you, fingers pointing away, and push your spine upright, maybe with that little waggle that I'm so fond of. I think it always really helps straightening the spine. Then keeping the length in your spine, bring your right hand down, taking hold of the big toes. Bring left hand to left hip. Draw that left shoulder open and look over the left shoulder. Pulling on the big toe, bring right elbow to the shin. Left arm lifts. And then slowly bring the arm up and slowly bring it over, bicep to the ear. And then pulling on the toe, you're going to try and come a bit lower, but keep the chest open. The left shoulder is back, stacked on top of the right. You're looking underneath your left arm. Breathing here. On your next inhale, lifting up to the other side. Left hand to big toe, right hand to hip. Draw that shoulder open and turn to look over the right shoulder. Arm reaches up, coming over elbow to shin, bicep to ear, and coming as low as is comfortable for you. Draw that right shoulder back, chest is open, looking underneath the arm, and breathe. And inhale yourselves up and just bring that left foot in towards the right thigh, heel to the perineum, turning to face that right foot. And if you want to use a strap here, you can use the strap around the ball of the foot, or you can, if you know you can reach your toes, just stay upright. Inhaling, arms out and up, like I'm pulling your wrists up, extending you long, pull the right toes towards you, and start folding. Keep the length in the spine till you're about halfway down. And then our little sway here, releasing the lower back, and then taking hold of the foot. Inhale, spine long again. As you exhale, folding over that right thigh, nose towards knee. Draw the shoulders back and away from the ears. And just pause here, breathe here. On your next inhale, lift your head. Right hand takes hold of the big toe. And lifting up, lift the leg and come to a twist, looking over the left shoulder. Breathing here. Draw the shoulders down, push the heel away. And then coming forwards, left fingers start, take hold of the big toe. Right hand reaches behind you in a twist. Reaching far as you can. And then coming forwards, lower the leg down. Bring yourself upright and left hand is behind you, sorry. Right arm sweeping up in front and come to your little back bend here. Lift those hips and just pause. See if you can deepen the back bend. Let that right arm drop further. Get those hips up higher. Holding this for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and circling the arm round, bringing yourself down, and we're just going to swap sides, turning to face that left leg. Flex the hip toes towards you and inhaling, lift, and exhale halfway, our little waggle, and then take hold of the feet. Draw your spine long, and then slowly, slowly lowering down over the thigh. It might feel very different on this side. Just go with wherever you're at in your practice. Relax the head. And then just lifting your head, left hand takes hold of the big toe. Right arm sweeping up behind you as you come to your twist. Pausing here. Right arm comes forward, takes the big toe. Left arm behind you. Draw the shoulders down and away from the ears. And then slowly lowering that leg. Right hand to the side, left arm lifting up, twisting up, arching up. Lift those hips. Pausing here. Push harder into the hand on the floor. Can you get your hips higher? For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. And slowly, slowly, slowly bringing yourself down. Bringing the soles of the feet together. And bringing your hands underneath. Draw the heels in. And give those butterfly wings a nice little flap. And then take hold of the feet. Open your feet like a book. See if you can bring your knees down further, keeping the spine straight. And then push against your calves with your elbows. And just start to come forward a little way. You won't go very far here. But just to deepen that inner thigh stretch, maybe just a little bit more. And on your next inhale, straightening up, take hold of the left foot, bring it outside the right thigh, setting up for our final twist here. Left hand behind you. Wrap your right arm around the left knee. Draw length in your spine as you inhale. And as you exhale, turning to look over that shoulder. Pulling on the knee to help deepen the twist. Shoulders down and away from your ears. And then turning your head forward, take hold of the left knee and foot and just bring your knee up, maybe foot going into the right elbow crease. And we're just going to rock that baby a little bit here. You'll feel it down the back of your thigh, into your hips, into your glutes, just easing it out. And then carefully bringing the foot long, swapping sides. Right foot outside left knee, left foot behind you. Make sure you're not sitting on the heel. Both sits bones firmly on the mat. Right hand behind you, left arm hugging the knee. Inhale, length, and exhale, twist. Draw belly button up and in on the inhale. And as you exhale, turning a little bit more, a little bit further here. Breathing here. And then looking forwards, right elbow takes the right knee, foot goes into left elbow crease as you bring the foot up, easing it out. I always think this one's so nice for your buttocks. Breathing here. And then releasing it down, make sure you're halfway down your mat. We're going to come to a shoulder stand. So you might want to use furniture, feet on the sofa or something, or just coming up with momentum, bringing yourself up. Most importantly, do not turn your heads as you bring yourself up. Knees to the forehead, first of all. Push those hips up with your hands, hands either side of the spine. Bring your elbows a little bit closer together and then extending your legs up high in your shoulder stand, chin tucked to chest. And close your eyes. And I want you just to think about getting your buttocks up higher. Keep pushing them up, pointing the toes. And we're just going to stay here for roughly 30 seconds. Keep breathing. Keep pushing the hips up. Keep pointing the toes. And then really slowly bend the knees. Slowly start to bring your knees back to your forehead. Release your hands from your back, bring them to the mat, using them as brakes. Slowly, one vertebra at a time.
lowering your spine down. And then hug the knees into the chest, bring them in tightly. And then bring your feet to the mat as close to your buttocks as possible. Make sure you can touch the backs of the heels. Don't know what's wrong with my voice today. On your next inhale, pull belly button up and in, imprint lower back. Start to lift your buttocks. Keep rolling up all the way to the tops of your shoulders. Bring your hands underneath you, interlace fingers. Roll onto the outer edges of your biceps. Push into the feet as the hips lift up. Now, I don't know if any of you ever do wheel, but if you did want to do a wheel here, now is the time to do it. It's not in my practice. My back won't allow me to do that. So choose your option, lifting those hips up, squeeze those butt cheeks, and then slowly release the hands, rolling down one vertebra at a time. And then your hips hit the mat, T-shape your arms, lower the knees to one side, turn head in opposite direction. Just let the knees drop down, relax the shoulders. Draw your Uddiyana Bandha up and in to bring the knees to center and lower them the other way, turn head in opposite direction. Breathe here. Inhale to center and cross the left thigh over the right thigh. Squeeze your thighs together and then let the left leg pull the right leg to the left, all the way down as far as it will go. Turn head to the right. Relax. Let go of any tension in your hips. Let go of any tension in your shoulders, your face. Just let the weight of the left leg pull the right knee down. Stretch out the right hip, the glutes, the waist, into your rib cage, under the armpit. Just breathe. Inhale to center, uncross legs. Right thigh clamps over the left, and the legs go to the right, head turns to the left. And again, actively relax around your hips, your spine, your shoulders. Feel that deep, deep stretch down the left side. Draw belly button up and in to come upright and pause for a moment here. Extend the left leg long. Bring the right knee onto the left leg on top of the thigh. Left hand takes right knee and pull your entire body over. Just right shoulder doesn't lift. To the left, head turns to the right. And this will stretch out around your lower back and around the back of your glutes. It should feel really nice, maybe even reaching up your spine towards the center of your shoulder blades. And release it to center. Right leg long, left knee on top of right thigh. The right hand takes left knee and pull yourself to the right, head turns to the left. I love this twist. It's so good for my back. And then slowly release to center. Hug the knees in one more time. Squeeze them down. And then choose your Shavasana. Either knees bent, feet mat width, palms facing up, or soles of the feet together, knees wide, or legs extended long for full Shavasana. Maybe just give your hips a little waggle, your shoulders a little jiggle to find that sweet spot where you can just relax everything down. Close your eyes and inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. And out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. And exhale, 3, 4. Keep breathing at your own pace. Relax those shoulders. And then on your next inhale, if your knees are bent, extend your legs long, slide them together. Pull the toes in, push the heels away. Inhale, arms up long overhead, interlace the fingers, push the palms away, taking a full body stretch, really stretch out along the sides of your ribs. And then slowly bringing one knee and the other knee up into the chest, give them a squeeze. Rolling onto one side, bringing yourselves up to your comfortable cross-legged seat pose, bringing your hands to heart center. Inhale, lift the hands, lift the gaze, pull the tops of the shoulders down. And as you exhale, hands to the third eye, to heart center, and namaste. Thank you for joining me.